Howdy y'all, welcome to Rent with John. My name is John. This folder could contain information about the 1979 Mustang Pace Car that Ford isn't telling you about. So stay tuned while I break this information down from the conception of the Fox body Mustang all the way to today. So just to show you, this thick, all those pictures, and then more folders with all of this documentation. So we'll just set that back there. We'll start off with some pictures. Not going to go through all of these because there's so many of them, but we are going to showcase the cool ones. So let's see here. Hopefully these focus. So this is a picture of, there's a lot of these that are written on the back. So this says May 27th, 1979. And it's just basically a line of all the pace cars with, actually it's all the, festival cars that are parked outside the racetrack. So that is pretty awesome. More just candid photographs of the festival cars. Hopefully these focus, come on. There they go. Yeah, more of the cool, just as is pictures. This one has the VIN written on it. This was May 27th, 1979, Michigan Pace Car. Won't read the VIN, but I mean this I think this was all one guy that I got these pictures from, at least. Like, he took all of these pictures. So yeah, here's one. Mustang Meet, third place car, my vehicle, ending in 0040 at the Indy 500 track. And this was in what year? This was April 17th, 1994. Funny, that was Mustang Day of 1994. So that would have been 30 years of the Mustang. That's pretty cool. Looks like that's the gentleman that owned the car and kept great documentation of it. He looks like he sold him a trophy. Let's see what it says. Third place trophy. Yep, at the Indy 500 track. And like I said, I mean, there is just so many pictures of this car. And this was for the SN95 pace car, the red one. So this would have been around the same time. Actually, this was probably to showcase that SN95 car, so they probably invited all the old Mustang pace cars back to the track to get some cool photos. Here's an older Ford Racing trailer in the back with a bunch of the pace cars up front. I mean, that is some pretty cool stuff. See if there's any other cool ones here. Yeah, here's a pretty slick one. So this is the pace car. Yeah, this is actually my pace car next to the 94 SN95 Cobra that they were unveiling, and that paced the race in 1994. So let's move on to some other shots here. And I got all the film reels for a bunch of these. So I believe this is at the gentleman's house. Yeah, on the back it says these were in my backyard, summer of 1990. And it looks like he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 5 pace cars just lined up in his backyard. I mean, that is pretty slick. Looks like the interior. Yep. I mean, there is a lot of information on these pictures. This is just a picture of some random interior, and without any writing on it, you would never know what car it came from, where it was. This was VIN ending in 86376. Owner Craig, I won't say his last name, from Berwick, PA, November 15th, 1992. Again, there's Craig's car. Good looking car, Craig. Hopefully it's still around. This is March 9th of 1981. F8, or excuse me, 480071. Just another back of the car. I mean, yeah, just a bunch of pictures of just, I mean, pretty much random pace cars that he probably found, tracked down. There's 0069, 0159. I mean, all sorts of really good pictures of just pace cars. And just the engine bays, interiors, what have you. Pretty awesome stuff. There's a gentleman sleeping in his car. Let's see if you can see him. Maybe here. Sleeping in his car. Let's see what the notes say. Ending in 3611, 4-cylinder, $5,000, 97,000 miles. Seen in Randolph, Ohio. Got his phone number. Unlikely that it's still active, but you never know. Actually, there's 2 people sleeping in the car. That's funny. There's another shot of them sleeping. You can see their heads in the rear. That's too funny. The owner was Gloria out of Randolph, Ohio, ending in 3611. Let's see. 106,000 miles. Hubbard, Ohio. 5280. Ending of that car. These were all in like the early to mid 90s, I'd guess, because I think that's when this guy was the owner of the car. Yeah, these were all August of 92. Same car there. Indiana car. And if you guys are interested, I'll absolutely, if you guys are curious if your cars are in these pictures, I mean, feel free to comment down below, and we'll figure out, you know, if I have any pictures of your car, because that would be pretty awesome. I know I'd want that. More pictures of Craig's car. Looks like Craig had a number of pace cars, because the first one I saw was an automatic. The second one looks like a manual. Yeah, cool stuff. There's some film in there. Let's see, what is this for? The Children's Museum, Indianapolis, Indiana, Planetarium, 4:30 p.m. 1990. I mean, this guy just wrote notes on the back of everything about any car, any pace car that he found. Insane stuff. It's on the back of a planetarium ticket. Use it as a notepad. I have the gentleman's name somewhere, but won't just put that all over the internet. $5392, $4,000, 4-cylinder, 4-speed, 115,000 miles. Owner Emil from New York, and this was in Hershey, PA in 1991. Same car, engine bay. Every picture on here has something written on it. I mean, date-wise, car information on every picture. There's probably 150 pictures. Here's one ending in 2822, Boca Raton, Florida. 111,000 miles, $2,000. Looks like a 4-cylinder. See if there's a picture of the outside of the car. New Wilmington, PA. This looks like Florida, yeah. Yeah, so here's the outside of that 2822 car, Boca Raton. Not a bad looking car, but of course that was, 36 years ago, right? Yeah. Wow. Another one in Troutwood, Ohio, 4815. These are just things that you do not find on the internet, that's for sure. (4856) Waynesville, Ohio. Who knows, maybe you guys, if one of you are these people, you might still have this car. It surely is impressive. Butler, PA, 6354. Oops. A poster I got from a guy that bought my wife's used 66 GT. And he said the car is in the background, and you can certainly, there's a little bit of red back there. So actually it's not used, it says red, if I could read. But I mean, that is pretty slick. It's official, Mustang sets the pace. Springfield, Ohio, 2887, 1990. There's that car again on jack stands. Hershey, PA again. Phil Fitz Ford, Newcastle, PA, 3460. Hershey again. There's that dealer car, 3460. That was taken in May of '79, so that's fresh off the showroom floor pretty much. Like I said, I'm not going to go through every single picture just because there's how many there are of assorted VIN numbers, pace cars, names, phone numbers, mileage. I mean, all sorts of stuff, and that is pretty cool. I got some film too, probably just some of the pictures in here from what I could tell. So what I'll do is I'll just put these guys to the side here, and now we'll get into some of the good stuff. Well, it doesn't really get too good just yet. So when I went through this the first time, it's just all of these scribbled notes of pace cars in the area, mileage, maps, VIN numbers, prices, gasoline record. I mean, all sorts of just useful information, but just everywhere. I mean, even cars, like not even Mustang Pace cars. That's a cool old note, something with This is yeah, Indy Pace Car registry, a tire sticker, and it's amazing. I mean, everything is here. So here's a copy of, I think the original one is in here as well. Here's a copy of the program for the 1979 500 Festival Queens Ball. I think the original's in here somewhere. And just more, yeah, all of this stuff I have the originals of. We'll get to that in a moment. It's in the blue folder there. Throw all this in here. And this was something I always thought was pretty funny. So if you own car 6055, ending in 6055, a 79 Pace car, I have your keys. So if you want your keys back, let me know. We can work something out. Owner's manual, pretty cool stuff. Probably the original, if not from one of the originals, you know, in his collection that he had. So now this folder, this is where a lot of the information starts to unfold itself. Got a buyer's order in June of 1979. So basically the story goes, the car was used for the 500 Festival Parade in 1979, and a gentleman out of Indianapolis purchased it from Ford in early 1979 in May. And then later that year, this gentleman named Jerry in Oklahoma, he purchased the car. I think Jerry lived in Oklahoma, I believe. I think that's how the lineage of this goes. Or no, excuse me. A gentleman by the name of Galen, I believe it's a gentleman, living in Topeka, Kansas, purchased the car from the gentleman out of Indianapolis, and had the car for a little while, and then I believe eventually sold to a gentleman named Jerry. I mean, I have the purchase order right here, in late 79 for the price of $8,028.48. Let's see. Oh yeah, here is the newspaper clipping of the car. It's going to be hard to see, of my car. There's a little check mark at the top there. And it says, Mustang 1979 Pace Car, registered by Ford in Indiana as car number 23 for Indy Parade, documented V8 auto, sunroof, 74,000 miles, $5,000 or best offer. So this was in Oklahoma in February of 1993. So a little foggy on the lineage of the car, but as this starts to unfold, this information starts to unfold from this folder, it should come back to me. Part 2 of this video will be released in about 2 weeks. The next video I have planned is to do an oil change of the car and just a little bit of other work to it. And I'm also going to do some 3D printed work on the vehicle. So stay tuned for the design and the print and what it's used for. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for part 2 again in a couple weeks, and stay tuned for next week's video. Thank you.